Faced with prolonged degree timelines and uncertain job prospects, many young Nigerians see greater value in hands-on learning, early revenue generation, and direct connection with investors. From technology incubators on campus to social media marketplace that demands little capital, the banners to launching a venture have never been lowered. Below are 7 factors behind the surge in students, founders, and what this shift means for education and the economy. Now you have, this story is all about people leaving education now to jump into business. Now we've seen a surge in that. What do you think is the decline in what do you think is causing people to drop out from schools, from universities, to go start up business? We have lots of people that say, okay, I didn't finish I didn't finish college. I'm a dropout. People say that boldly and say, okay, and now I'm into this, I'm into that, and I'm thriving. So what's your take? What do you think is the cause, or is the rising surge for young Gen Zs dropping out of school to want to go venture into things?
All right, in my own words, let me say that the missing links are lots of them. Oh God, come on. It's a courageous person that would want to learn and to study in Nigeria. It's a courageous person. And I say this, unapologetically. For you to be in Nigeria and go to school, for me to be a little bit religious, it will take the grace of God. Because you're going to school where they're telling you this is your timetable. And the next thing is that the following week is a test week. Test was scheduled for 4 weeks after resumption, for example. Yeah. And the second week you're taking an unexpected test. You know, that idea of lecturers just want to, surprise students. That is laughable and condemnable. Secondly, how about the unnecessary behind the scene price that students pay? We call it sorting. Way back, sorting was formal and good. What I mean sorting was formal and good is what I mean. Sorting was like they bring out your results and paste it out there, and then you get to come and confirm if this is correct or not. If you think your result is not correct, you can ask for a remark.
Yeah.
They're sorting out the grades and showing, but the sorting of nowadays has become entirely different. People, in government, if you don't know, lecturers tell students to pay money. They pay money to pass. Even though some students instigate these things, right? They don't come to school, they don't learn, so they just want to pay. But there are a lot of students who have been victimized unnecessarily, and they get to pay. So sometimes, even when you're not interested, you're obliged to pay. Lecturer tells you, either you read or not, you may have to pay the 50,000 naira to pass.
So it's not about
you see that reading. It's not about you reading or not. Somebody you tell you about that lecturer and you go see fee. Just give everything they want to give them. Because they've told themselves that, okay, this month, this semester, I'm going to buy a new car. I need 2 million naira. So if I can do this, I will get at least 1.5 M, add my salary, and do this and do that. So these are also reasons. How about the light situation, electricity situation of our country? How can hostels go blackout? That students cannot study. Hello? It's difficult to thrive. Forget about making first class. To even finish the school itself is a challenge. The economy is telling on all Nigerian students, except for those who are being bankrolled by their rich dads. What happens to the poor dads? Can they foot the bill? Can they sit where the rich dad's kids sit?
So, from all you've said earlier on, you made mention of the unpredictable academic calendar as one of the challenges that students face. Now, resulting to business, do you think that's like a better thing to put their energy into?
When you've realized that it seems the school is halfway or you can't complete it, people want to drop out. What's the essence of going to school when in second year you have 5 carryovers. 5 carryovers. You will not be able to even finish on time. You may have to think of leaving, because for you it is what it is. Do you know the depression that comes from from a student who has written and written and written? Even when this student is smart or intelligent, this student is having D's and E's. GPA is dropping like what I can imagine. And then in the end, the student realizes that the following semester he has 5 carryovers. What do you expect from that person? Do you know how frustrated? I have a friend who lives Trevor State here. He studies and studies, and in the end he has about 4 carryovers. Why? Because he didn't sort, and they refused to let him see his results. So coming on that to the next semester with that number of failures, it's depressing. And then you're like, let me just go into business.
What would be, with this particular narrative and with this particular things you just said now, looking forward on the educational sector, what would be of us 5-10 years to come?
There will be more people who will drop out of school because things are getting more expensive. Government schools pay up to your first year, paying more than 100,000 naira.
Yeah, I think you pay about 180.
When I gained admission some years ago, first year I paid 94,450 naira.
You still remember the figures accurately?
Yes, please, because I will never forget. And then 2 years down the line, people are paying 125,000 naira. So I'm not paying 130. As we speak, people are paying even 150 in a federal school. If we cannot even afford a federal school, then what are we going to afford? I tell everybody I come across, just be your own Superman, because it's going to be tough in a few years coming.
Just be your own Superman, because it's going to be tough in few years coming. Wow. Now, to that young person that is still trying to see how to navigate his academic and his business, what would be your advice to that person?
Just keep flowing if you can. If you can juggle both, please do. There's a different strokes for different folks. If you know you cannot meet up both, and then go for what will pay you the most. If you know you can meet up both, then no problems. But my advice is, as much as you can, carry what you can finish.